Hey there, noob learners. It's your boy Arnold. Today we're going to talk about pointers. If you've been programming in C for a while, you've probably heard about pointers, but maybe you're not quite sure what they are or how they work. Don't worry, we've got you covered. What are pointers? Let's start with the basics. In C, a pointer is a variable that stores the memory address of another variable. Think of it as a pointer pointing to the location of a variable in the computer's memory.
Let's try to understand this using an analogy. Imagine you're trying to find your friend in a huge mall. You ask a security guard for directions, and they give you the location of your friend's store. The security guard is like a pointer, and your friend's store is like the variable.
Let's now see how to declare and initialize a pointer. To declare a pointer in C, we use the asterisk symbol. For example, if we want to declare a pointer to an integer variable called num, we would write an asterisk ptr. To initialize the pointer, we assign it the address of the variable we want it to point to using the and symbol. Let's now see how to dereference a pointer. Once we have a pointer pointing to a variable, we can access the variable's value by dereferencing the pointer using the asterisk symbol. Have a look at this example. In this example, we declare an integer variable called num and set its value to 10. We also declare a pointer to an integer variable called ptr and set it to point to the address of num using the and operator. To access the value of the variable num using the pointer ptr, we use the dereference operator asterisk. In the printf statement, we use the %d format specifier to print the value of asterisk ptr, which is the same as the value of num, changing the value of a variable using a pointer. We can also use pointers to change the value of a variable. To do this, we dereference the pointer and assign a new value to it. Have a look at the example. Now let's have a look at how we can pass pointers to a function. In this example, we define a function called increment that takes a pointer to an integer variable as its parameter. Inside the function, we dereference the pointer and increment the value of the variable. In the main function, we declare an integer variable called num and pass a pointer to it to the increment function using the and operator. So why do we need to pass pointers to functions sometimes instead of variables? The answer is simple. When we want the function to modify the value of a variable that was declared outside of the function. In C, function parameters are passed by value, which means that a copy of the value of the parameter is created inside the function. If we pass a variable to a function directly and modify it inside the function, the changes won't be reflected outside the function. By passing a pointer to a variable instead of the variable itself, we can modify the value of the variable outside the function, since we're actually modifying the value stored in the memory location pointed to by the pointer. In the example above, if we had passed num directly to the increment function instead of a pointer to num, the value of num would not have been modified outside the function. But since we passed a pointer to num, the value of num is incremented, and the change is reflected outside the function.
And there you have it, pointers in a nutshell. Remember, pointers can be tricky, but with practice and a bit of persistence, you'll get the hang of it. Just think of them as your friendly mall security guards, pointing you in the right direction to find your variables. Join our noobs community via the links in the description. Peace out.